Hello everyone, it's Paula, and today I'm going to try something I've never done before with the Christmas little Tim Holtz paper dolls. So, I saw a video and I have racked my brain trying to figure out who was it. It wasn't someone that I watch every day or know that well, but she was very fun to watch. We're going to paint some of the parts of these little paper dolls. I know, right? And I don't have all the colors that I want of the distress crayons because I haven't used them, so I just quit buying them. But now I realize I need Christmas red and green for sure. You know, there's certain colors I need. The bad thing is I never remember which pack I have. You know what I mean? So we're going to get busy because this could take a bit of time. I don't know. Although it might be very quick also. So that's what I think we can get going on this. I'm trying to get that to come down so it has some water in it. And where is my towel? Right here it is. Hello. Right in front of my face. So I'm going to just use this paint towel that I have here. And I don't know why those got laid out, but let's move those. I use these water pens because I like them. They're great for watercoloring and everything. And it's a large, medium, and small. And what is the name of them? I don't know. But they have this funky shape, and there's 3 of them, small, medium, large. You can get them on Amazon for sure. That's where I got mine. Okay, well, wait a minute. I think I have an extra package I'm going to be needing to change. Yeah, let me show that to you so you know. Okay. This is what they look like. It's by Pentel. Okay, can you read the titles there? So this is a new set. And so that's what they look like in a package. So when you go looking, if you decide you want to, that will work. Okay, so we don't have red, so we're going to just use this brighter pink, which is Festive Berries. You know, these crayons are all the same name, so the colors, the same pigment as, you know, colors that we use for ink. Okay, I'm going to put just down like, I'm going to do like, put several colors down, and, you know, I don't know what looks good with what. See, that looks more like a lavender. But looking at it, it looks more pink. So, we don't have really a true pink. Here's a pastel, which is milled lavender. So it's not either. It's also lavender. We may have to go lavender. Yep. There we go. Let's just try lavender first. It doesn't have to have Christmas outfits. Okay. Let's get started with the medium brush. I do want to add a little bit of water with my distress spray bottle. And I never thought I'd use that, but I got it because everybody was ranting and raving over it. So let's do this little girl first, because maybe we can get her to look like she's wearing red. And I'm just going in it like watercolor. And then I'm just gonna, let's do her little jacket. Now, I'm just going to go over the sleeves also. And it's not going to be like dark. It's just going to be a hint of color. Okay, we'll put, this is her sleeves there. And you know, you can go back and pick up more color if you want it darker. I like it darker because then you feel like your work was not in vain, that it, you know, can actually see it. And I like that you can do whatever color you want. So, can't take too long playing because we're also going to do ephemera, but whatever we have time to do. So we may not do very many of these. Okay, let's go down and get the bottom. Now this one does look pink. This is something berries. I don't think any of them look like what the cap is. At least that's been my experience. And you don't want to get it too wet because you can never get the color to stay on. See how it kind of washes out? I probably used too much. Let me get a different brush. Let's try this. Let's try this. It's not even a brush I'm accustomed to using, but let's see how it stays on. It may not stay on at all. Like, you know, the water brush makes it look blobby. Although I love the water brush, don't get me wrong. But this will smooth out better. If you keep going over it, you know, it's going to take longer to, you got to let the pigment sit there and make it, stain it. Yeah, I like that. Isn't that fun? We'll let that dry, and we'll let that little part dry, and we'll come back to it. Let's do her hat. Let's see. Let's do her hat. I'm rinsing my brush off. I hope you guys are having a great day. And just everything great and fun. So let's try this lavender and see if it's even dark enough to go up here on her little hat. I'm thinking it's not even going to be dark enough. It's pretty light. Yeah, it is not. It might be okay to do the cheeks with later, but let's go with this darker. Let's go with this darker one. See, now to me, it's still wanting to look like the one I just used, and I rinsed my brush. Just have to keep putting it on until you get it the color you want it. Which I didn't realize would end up being lavender, which really looks just like a light pink. I need to see if what's around her neck is her collar to her coat, or there's her little white bow from her shirt. Yeah, it is. It's the, right in there, it's the fur on her coat. Right there is. I was looking to make sure I had everything. When you start looking at it, it all kind of blends. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and make her hat, just these little flowers on here, a little bit darker. I don't know if it will make a difference or not, but we can sure try. So I would say this is fun. This is a fun thing to do. Now we got to think, do we want to do the fur? We can do the fur white. How about that? See if that really is a pin that we would use. Oh, good grief. Come on off of there. What in the world? It's so tight I can't get it to do. Oh, I guess they open to one side. Well, I've been pulling them off. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on you, white. You better come off. That is aggravating. Tim, you know all the ladies that love you are the older ones. We need things that aren't complicated to open. Okay, it's not going to open right now. I'll work with it before the next time. So, I guess we'll just leave it white, which I don't like the thought of doing that. So, anyway, all right, we'll come back and see what else we can do. Oh, we need to do her little cheeks, but good grief. That's not going to work out. Okay. Now, if we want to do her cheeks, that would be great. But honestly, I think they're going to be as dark as her coat, because I don't have anything lighter than that. So I have a flesh color. Let's see what it will do. See, every one of these are coming off without any problem. I'm just putting a little bit on here for that for now. Let's go right here. Now let's just see. Now I'm going to try to fix it where you can see. I'm just going to do little cheeks. I don't want them light because she wouldn't have a lot of makeup on. But she would have rosy cheeks. Yeah, you can tell the difference, guys. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so she is done because, well, we know because she hasn't, we couldn't get the white open. But I would have done her white, her fur white. And I'm not giving up. So here is, where's the little couple? I like this little sisters. These little sisters. Let's do some turquoise. That might be cute, right? I'm getting a wipey here to clean up. Okay, we know this isn't what we want, and we know we don't want lavender anymore. So we're going to take those off. Okay, now, let's try Mermaid Lagoon. It may be too dark. And then let's try this teal looking peacock feathers. Okay, let's go with the lighter one first. We can always build up and make it better. So now let's do the older child. I'm trying to put this where you can see and my fingers won't be right on top of it. Yeah. That's fun. Gosh, I need to get a message to Gail because I think she would love doing this because she loves these little people a lot. More so than anybody else I've watched and gotten their opinions, you know. You could use gelatos just like this because I think that's what they're similar to. And it goes pretty fast. You just don't want to overwater. And if you keep rubbing over it and over it and over it, you're not going to get much color. You can always go back and smooth it out. Now, that's looking pretty good. Still trying to keep my blobs out of there. But see, when I do, it actually will pick up, you know, sometimes it'll pick up the color that you just laid down. And in order to keep it, you know, like you want it, you need to just do it slowly. And you could heat this in between with your heating tool. See, now this, my brush is drier. I'm using more of the side instead of the point. And it's keeping it on there pretty good. Okay, now you got to watch because the water will run into other sections. So I'm thinking, I don't want yellow because then they'll look like an Easter bunny kind of thing. But here is another blue. Peacock feathers. That's just what I used. Oh, I have 2 of those. What do you know? It probably means I have 2 of several things. Oh, yikes. Anyway, so I don't really want to do green, but I guess we can since it is Christmas after all. They're probably not going to be the greatest greens, but let's do it. What do we got to lose, right? We're actually going to be, come off of here. We're actually going to be putting this with a Christmas ephemera. So that should be, so let's start darker because I think it's closer to the Christmas color. Yeah. Even though it is kind of an olive color, it can pass for Christmas. We'll let it be a Christmas color. See if you have plenty on your brush like I just did there. See the difference? That means I use less water and more pigment. So let's see if I can get it to do that over on this other side. I don't really know what I did, but I like the way it looks. And it's doing it now. And I thought we could try, get over there. Thought we could try blow drying it and put another coat on, see how it looks. You know? It can't look any worse, right? I just noticed she had a little ruffle on the bottom of her. And that little ruffle is so faintly on there. It's crazy. And you have to watch, like I said, it will run down like onto her little pantyhose right here. Which I would do white if I could get my white to open. So, let's try it again. Ah! I've been kind of figuring out how to do them as we've been going along. And then I want to try using the blow dryer. Yeah. Let's bring this little girl back over here while that dries a little bit for them. I think we're just going to do these two for now, because I think you guys get the gist of it. So let's do her little hand mitten white. Yeah, it adds extra white. Not a lot, but you can tell the difference in the texture of the paper. You know that this one actually has, she's also got a little white bow, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it too. So all of that is covered. Yeah. See, I think that looks better. I don't think I want to do any of the dark, like the dark legs and stuff like that. If they're close to black, that's where they're going to stay. So, on this little girl, I wanted to add some white for her little pantyhose. I don't think it's going to show up to speak of. She has a little tie on her hat that I'm going to do white. So I'm so glad I ran up on this lady, and I'm so sorry. Like with everything, I have a hard time remembering that kind of stuff. So I'm going to put white here on the fur of the coat, but that doesn't mean that I have to do it on her hat. It doesn't mean it has to be matchy-matchy. I'm going to add a little bit of white to this part down here that I should have done white. Okay, so the other little girl doesn't have a bow. So I'm thinking, what color do I want to do their hats? Because I don't really want them to be, I think we're going to do pink on one of them. Let's do pink. This would be like pink and teal. We'll go like this. Now see that it's white, you can get the true color out of it. And every time I go over it too much, it takes off color. So on the other little girl, what color do we want? Let's do her hat just a little bit. Let's see if we can go this lighter green and see how it turns out. If we don't like it, we can change it. We'll just get it off before it does anything crazy. You know, it looks a lot like the other, just much lighter. So I do like that. She is precious. So what I think I want to do after I dry them, I've got to put some pink cheeks on. I want to I need some more of this. Let me see what this little sister's looking like. I'm still trying to figure out if the one on the left is a boy or a girl. I think it's a little boy. But, you know, it's hard to tell when they have these hats on. Okay, one more thing. I forgot to put white on this little ruffle on this side. I don't know how I missed that. Now, if you hold this up and look at it, you can tell there's something on there, you know, but it's not obvious just looking at it. Okay, hopefully their little faces didn't run all over the place. I think this one's did a little bit. It dried a line that's darker. Cute. Okay. Let me check this little girl's face too, because it was not cooperating when I was doing it. And it's going to be all right. Nobody's going to look that close, first of all. All right, so the only thing I have left I want to do now is I want to get these out of the way, is I want to do their little buttons. And I'm just going to use a permanent marker to do that as soon as I find one. Let's see how well it works for me. Get this out of the way because I'm dipping my hand in it. Easy cleanup. All of that was super easy. I'll be doing some more of that. Okay. Now they have little buttons on, And I colored over them, but I'm going to go back over them with a little bit of black. Fun, fun. It's a little bright. But who cares? I sure don't. This little girl doesn't have buttons, so I won't do her buttons. But her face still doesn't look like I would like it to look. The pink kind of left a line around there. It's a little bit better. This little guy's is doing it too. But that's just how it is. You take the good with the bad, right? And hers is on these little, up around her little eye. Okay, those are done, and we're going to dry them just super fast. And that will take no time at all. Hold your hands over your ears for a moment. I think that should be enough. And I'm going to move this painting stuff over out of the way. Okay. Sorry, I had to get a drink of my orange juice. Have you gone your whole life before and not liked a product or something you eat or drink? Well, I have. And suddenly, I'm in love with orange juice. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I am. And so, I think I'm going to use my glue stick on this little portion here. And this is going to be the last of the ephemera. And some of it may go into this book, this Frosty book, and some of it may not. I don't know where it's going. But it's the last of the ephemera before this book is released. Because it's almost done. This book, this Frosty the Snowman book, that I'm working on. I've been working on for almost over 2 weeks. And normally, there's a time I've been able to knock them out in a week. But I got to have people that are willing to support me and purchase my books and so forth before I can continue doing it. I have books that haven't been purchased, and I've heard other people say that as well. But, you know, we're showing you how to do this stuff. But we still need support. And I love all you guys. I love doing what I'm doing. But I can't keep all these books. And I can't just give them away either. I have lowered my prices. Doesn't seem to matter. But through the rest of this year, there'll be free shipping on journals, but only in the U.S. Okay, I can't do it for the other way. Okay, now that's on, And let's see, I think I want to put, I think I'm going to use this little, this music sheet. Let me see how I want to lay that out. I don't like them to go the same direction. I'm just weird like that. But, how's that? Let's do that. We don't know what we're doing, but let's do it. Now, where did my glue go? Okay. I prepped all this last night because it's a lot, and I had to think how I wanted to do it. And, so I inked it and did all that stuff. Okay. You know, you do this and you hope you're putting it on the way you initially wanted it, but when you sleep on it, sometimes when you sleep on a project after you've done it, you almost need to take a picture. And I have done that before. I'm not right now, but here we have a Happy New Year. So I gotta decide, do I want him straight? Do I want him this way? I'm gonna put him cockeyed, because this way he's not in the straight angle of either one of them. But that's okay, because, you know, this is how I want him. I don't want him to look perfect. Now, I did cut paper to put on the inside and the outside of the flap. So I'm going to put this one on first. Because I thought, well, I am going to use the little Tim Holtz people as soon as I get to that portion. Now, I cut this out of Christmas paper by Taylor Made Crafts. You need to go over and check her shop out. She has a lot of great digitals. And this is the Christmas wrapping paper. And it's all old-timey. I guess I guess I cut that backwards. Oh, no, I didn't. Because if you have it up, it's going to be right. Okay. One more thing, and then we'll put the little girl on here. Okay. Lay this down. And we want to line this up. This is a Tim Holtz policy holder. Or I don't know what he calls them, but that's what I call them. That's what they're called everywhere else, I feel like. We're going to come from the top and then go back. So the reason I'm doing this is because when you use these, you don't want the flap to be in the back. And you want to be able to have a tag in here. And if you wanted, you could, and see, this is how I would put it in the book, is I would do it like that. But it don't mean a lot, because it could be, so I'm going to put this little girl right here. And I think she's cute. I can put her on some I think I like that. I'm going to cut a little bit off the bottom. I think it's a little much. I always like putting stuff behind it. It just, something about the way it looks. Okay, now, let me get some real glue to put on here. This paper that I have behind, this lined paper, came from Emily at, I believe it's called the Vintage Polka Dot Shop. She does great, reasonably priced tea staining and tag staining and stuff like that. And she always throws in a few little extra goodies. She is very good at what she does. Okay, so now we're going to glue this little Tim Holtz paper doll down. My glue decides to come out super slow. It's been working all morning. And I had the lid on it, so I don't know what its problem is. Okay, so here we go. No, I think I want her to be the up and down straight. She wouldn't be hanging out sideways. I don't know why I was thinking to do that. Make sure when you go on top of her painted areas that you don't have wet fingers. I don't know how it would affect her. Now, I'm trying to think, did I have something else in here? I think we're going to add something else because I just think we are. We have different things that we can add. We can add Santas. I don't know what that is. A sled. Packages. And a birdhouse. Santa's bag. A teddy bear. She is a little girl. Maybe she wants a teddy bear. Maybe she wants Santa to bring her a teddy bear. You never know, right? Okay. Now, I made, this particular one is one that I made using epoxy circles that you can put something behind and then put it on to dry. Okay, so I'm thinking here, but then I'm thinking here. I should have decided this when I could actually lay it down, right? I think we need to do it right here. It's kind of a big space. Now, if we wanted to, we could put any other thing on here too. You know, this is what I came up with. It doesn't mean that I wouldn't do something else. Because that's just how it is. Now, I made a tag earlier when I was just making extra tags. And this has snowmen in it. Snowflakes, and we're going to put that in, and that's going to keep this up. But if you decide to change it, excuse me, it will change it. I'm going to trim this white portion off there because it don't look good when it's laying like that. So this was simple, and we'll have to decide where to put this, or I'll have to decide where to put this in the journal. So be watching for the journal to be finished. It's a little golden book, Frosty the Snowman, and I have a lot of cool ones that are different than previous years. So I hope that you will hang in there with me, but also share my video if you don't mind. That would be awesome. I think we need a word. That's what we need. I know it says Happy New Year, but it'd be fun to put anything on there I wanted, like dashing through the snow, 'twas the night before Christmas. That's too much, I think, for that, don't you? Let's see if we could just, that says stocking. Silent Night, Jingle Bells. Jingle bells is what a little girl would be singing, huh? So let's put that in on there, and let me move that out of the way. Now I like to ink around. I started off inking with Vintage Photo, and then I realized I should have been doing it in blue. But it is what it is, and I think it looks a little more grungy this way. So let's decide. Do we want it here, here? I don't want it on her. How about we do it here? Well, we could put it up higher because that can't fold down. Let's put it up higher. And we'll go the opposite direction of the New Year's sentiment. Okay. We can go straight, or we can go, yeah, that's what I like to do everything wonky. Okay, now we finished painting. We finished this ephemera. The thing I love about Christmas is you can do whatever you want. You can put whatever colors you want together. I mean, it works out, right? So let me see how much time we have. If we have time, we'll do one more. I'm going to go ahead and do it. We've got 10 minutes, so we're going to have to do it quickly. Now, these little girls don't go on that one. Okay. So this is part of a doily. It's a guest check that I turned into, that was dyed with avocado. And this is just the size of a large index card. I'll get it out in a minute. Hello, I'll get it out eventually. I thought I had inked all this stuff, but maybe I didn't. Of course, the colors I have on these little girls would have been better had my color choices looked better, but I didn't know what I had. That's the first time I've used those, and I've had them for at least 2 years. Okay, and then we've got this little snowman. He's already inked. Okay, so we're just going to glue. That's basically what this one is. I guess it's the other two that, yeah, I had a total of 4. But then I wanted to paint those, and I thought, well, that's going to take a little longer. Okay. I put that up straight, but then I made it crooked by bending it here at the bottom so it doesn't look so perfect also. It's kind of fun to let things just hang off, you know. So here is this old doily I just cut parts off of. And hopefully I can find some places to glue it down where it's not too obvious. So the only thing is if I lay it down too much, it will cover like the wrinkle I made. Let's put them there. Let's put it there. More up on the top, and then I'll cut it before it gets to the other sections. So here we go. We're going to do like this. We're going to let it hang over a little bit. Now this is going to be sticky until it dries, so you got to give it time to dry, or it will cause your pages to stick together. There we go. So now you're seeing what I've done here. I just usually put a light coat of Fabri-Tac, and then when it dries, you can't tell that it was ever there. And so we are going to get this little snowman and kind of tilt him because he's looking at something. I'm not sure where I had decided to have him. And then these two little angels are going to go down here. And Frosty's going to go up here. I don't know if I really like that well. Got to come up with something else to put on here. What do we want to put on here? What do we want to put on here? Any suggestions from the gallery? I'm sure you have a bunch. So we'll put some of these brighter colors off one of these. We've got bluish green and green. Here's some packages. Let's do this little thing of packages. I bought these at Hobby Lobby one time, and they had them 2 or 3 years in a row, but I haven't seen them since then, and I love them. They just kind of finish off things, you know, just make them look a little bit cleaner or neater, organized, layered, whatever word you want to use. And this one has a little yellow bow, so that goes with this little yellow outfit. Okay, I know where I want it, but I got to glue the snowman down. I could just tell as soon as I set it down where it needed to be. Okay, this is a little circle that has packages. And I think for 2 little girls like this, they would be wanting packages. Now, that's cute and all, but I guess we want this one over here. Maybe it's just missing something on this side. What would it be? I have no idea. I'm looking. How about we put a snowman on there? Or a Santa Claus. Let's do one of those Santas. And yeah, let's start with that. And then we'll go from there. Let's do a green Santa. Okay, where do we want that? How about, let's get these guys glued down first. I don't ever remember a plastic coating on the back of these. Yeah, it feels plastic. Getting it all over me. So my Frosty is about to pop. It's very full. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put these in that book or not. But we've got lots of books. So it can always go in something else. Okay, so we're down to, let me get a towelette. Okay. My fingers are sticking together right there. Okay. It's kind of not wanting to stick down since it's got a layer right there. And that's okay, as long as the legs stick and the head and upper body fix just fine. I gotta wipe this glue off her foot. I just noticed. It's like all around her foot. I must have got heavy right there and didn't realize it. Or I went off the whole back. I do that sometimes too. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna take our Tim Holtz tiny attacher and we're gonna staple it on here. Normally I'd staple at the top, but you can, I got a little piece of that last ribbon stuck on me. I think we're gonna do it not down beside them, but maybe like this, you know, kind of in there somewhere. Now, I may be trying to staple on a doily. Yes, I was. That way we can take this middle one out. Normally I just staple it once, but sometimes it calls for two. Okay, so this one is done. I didn't ink these. They're so dark already from tea staining. You don't really have to have a bunch of all right. So here is just a collage. You can use this for a journal card, or you can put it in a book and do it as a side tack. This one I don't think is going to go in the snowman book for sure. Because I already have one similar like in there. But it can do great in the next one. Okay. Now, let me see. I think that's it. Yep, 1 minute. Ah, what timing is that? I'm glad you guys are coming to watch the videos. Please leave comments and let me know what you think. And I do take custom orders on Christmas books. If there's a particular book you want, if I have it, that's great. I can take a custom order. And so it's time to say goodbye. So if you could give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it bunches. And if you could subscribe, I would love that. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video where I'll probably be doing the flip through. Bye now.